Hola and welcome to Daily Portuguese.
This is podcast about Portuguese language and Portuguese culture. Long time no see.
Yep.
It's been 3 months, and we have what it's called?
Life. We have a life, and that life sometimes
An
makes us...
identity crisis also.
You?
Our school/business. So we want to change everything besides the name of the podcast because it's really cool. But we are going to change our school. It's going to be called Coelho School only. And what? And we'll have new website and new stuff.
New logo.
New logo. Simon.
Oh, we still have to have that meeting.
Yes. So, but since it's been 3 months, today we want to roll slowly into topic.
So I think this is like the beginning of season 2.
Oh, is it? Did we make past already?
We didn't.
Okay, season 2 can be.
Yes, because, we had a break. Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
New York, Portugal, Spain. Moving to a new flat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Kids going to new school, new stuff.
It's been a lot.
So okay.
But it's
today,
so much fun.
So much fun, yes, can't wait. Today we are going to talk about how to learn language. But more in a way, how to learn Portuguese. Why, Maria?
Why to learn language? How to learn Portuguese?
Yes.
Because it's such a fun language to learn.
No, because this is something a lot of people want to start learning a language and they have no idea and they get frustrated because what they imagine would be their progress doesn't happen.
Yes, because people have a goal often of I want to speak fluently in 3 months.
Because actually that's what the books sell.
Yes, Portuguese in 90 days.
Yeah, Portuguese in 90 days. That's like the diet in a month. Yes, I see this in line often. Lose 8 kilos in 1 month. And I was like, yes. How?
It is possible, but
It is, but only a tiny percentage of people can do it.
yeah.
So
And also to learn a language in 90 days, you'd have to spend 3-4 hours a day in my
well,
opinion.
I can actually tell you when was the last time I had someone that learned that fast. And now all the pieces of puzzle will fall straight into place. I had a student, I remember her name, and after 3 months she was speaking. When was it? During COVID. She had nothing else to do besides having classes with me. She was a university student, but at the beginning, everything was a bit in the air. She had no classes, nothing was organized. So she just spent the day studying Portuguese, making everything. So within 3 months, she got into a very nice level. But that's not what we are talking here about today. We are going to talk about how can you, people, or you that are listening or watching, can have actually a good result. Okay? And the first thing is the following. Accent.
So you start from the things to not care.
To not care.
For.
Don't care about the accent. People come with this idea, and I think it's because the movies showed us this, that, oh, look, that the Russian is speaking English like this, I don't want to speak Portuguese. So they are like afraid to be like, and a lot of people are saying, like, do I sound like I'm not a native? I was like, yeah, but everybody does sound like not a native. So don't care about the accent. It's not going to be perfect, and to be honest, the only students that I can say they have a good accent are the ones that actually live and have relationships and friends in Portugal. And they live in Portugal and they have TV, radio, working, and they are 24 hours surrounded by the language. If you live in UK, if you live in United States, and so on, you will not be able to get the perfect accent. Okay? Other
No, the thing
exception,
is that you can. It just requires,
it
so
requires,
much work
but don't focus on
that
that.
it doesn't make sense.
So, and it's like this. I told this before. Sometimes the students read the texts, and for me, I care that they can pronounce the sounds and what sounds the syllables and the letters together do. And they are reading, and I'm looking out the window if I can understand what they are reading. And if I can understand without following them on the text that they are reading, it's amazing.
Yeah. Also, I think in Portugal people don't really care that much about the
No,
accent. It's not France, first of all.
We are really happy that
Uh,
people just
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. And also another thing is that in Portugal there is so many accents throughout the country that, well, you would have to learn like the, I don't know, Lisbon or whatever, like the whatever is the main accent that people speak on TV. Like that's how you learn English. If you want the proper accent, it's like the BBC people accent, you know?
Well, yeah, but just be comfortable with it. So don't care about the accent. Second one, since we started what not to do, don't care about making mistakes. And this does not apply only to my classes, but to everyone that is trying to learn a language. I also, sometimes I joke with students that they're like, oh, I don't want to say something stupid. It's like, this is the place to say stupid stuff.
Exactly.
This is the place that you go against the wall and it's like, instead of, I'm not going to laugh, and no one will laugh. But I will also be able, or hopefully other teacher will be able to grab this student and say, hey, this is not how it goes. It goes this way because of A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
So if people are like, oh, I'm so afraid.
Yeah, but this is, I think this is the outcome of our modern, unfortunately not that modern system of education.
Trauma?
That, yeah, like, you know, you were just, when you made mistake, you just got lower grade.
Yeah, but no one cares.
I know,
at this-
but the thing in, you know, adulthood
because
is that you
this
should
is
learn
language. It's not
completely
like
different.
a driving school that you make a mistake and
Yeah.
you can kill someone. It will not happen during a Portuguese class. Mistakes are actually a great opportunity to learn, and
It's
to
true.
be and to
You know what,
learn.
it's funny
why.
actually for brain, it's easier to remember something if you make mistake and then correct it.
Not for our kids, but okay. So
I had a teacher once. I really liked her. She was very specific. She didn't maybe taught me that much about the topic. But so she was trying to prepare us how to, you know, survive in the world of languages, let's call it. And so sometimes she made us tests. When we made a mistake, then she left the room. Then she left the room and she wanted us to, you know, correct it. And then only after she was checking the papers, after she came back.
really,
Yes.
like
And then you remember that. Because you made a mistake, you corrected it, and now you know how to make it right.
okay. I will not do that on my classes. I will not leave the class. But okay, so two things that I want people not to do. Okay. And now let's go.
No,
to-
actually, you want people to make mistakes.
I want them to make mistakes, but I want them not to care about it. Don't care about the accent. Don't care about mistakes.
They should be happy for mistakes.
Yeah, yeah. They're not mistakes. They're opportunities. That's like something that you can
Yes,
put
exactly.
on the Instagram.
You should put it in the back of your
Yes,
camera.
Yeah. Another thing is for all the beginners. This is a tip. This is a tip that some people don't know how to learn languages, and I can understand. And most of the students that come to me, they have a certain age, so they assume that they will have to write everything. And
Again,
what?
regular education.
Yes, again, yeah. So they start on the first class, and the first few classes are the worst. For a few reasons. We don't know each other very well, so they are a bit shy, and they just tend to note everything. So what it's learn how to take useful notes. You know what I mean? Because people start sometimes to make their own dictionary. And this is something that I read online, like, make your own dictionary. And I agree, but watch out. Because it's like this. People, if you start to make a list, then you open a Pandora box that will never finish. And this list can be useless.
No, I think the problem with it is that it's frustrating
And the
after
list,
some time.
the list has an utility of you to writing for the first time, but then it becomes useless. So what I suggest is to find a way to make a useful list. And this is only my point of view. For example, I like to make kind of satellites. So what is it, a satellite? You make a word, like let's call it casa, and you put a circle. And then you start to make small branches out of casa and make smaller bubbles around. And you just choose a bubble for, I don't know, rooms, a bubble for furniture, a bubble for verbs, and you have everything regarding house, casa. Rooms, quarto, cozinha, sala, casa de banho, varanda, garagem, whatever. Furniture, sofá, mesa, cadeiras, cama, whatever. And then when you are talking, and I see this from a lot of students, that when we start to talk, they go to the list that they made with the 2,000 words, and they are looking for the word that they want to use during our conversations. Like, oh, I remember, I noted it down, and then can never find the word. But if you start to make pages and where I have these small satellites, even if the words will repeat, because there are verbs that you use in the house, there are verbs that you use, and the same verbs you can use in the city, in other places. So if you start to make these satellites, and this is just one example, you can do whatever it feels comfortable. You want to make a tree, make a tree. You want to make whatever, like draw it and make it for you to be useful. Because if you just make a list, it'll just be, it's nice to, maybe you can memorize some stuff from that, but then you cannot use it as fast as any other thing when we are talking about, I don't know, verbs regarding, like you can put like free time, tempo livre. Verbs, and then you can use them.
Yeah, that's a very good way to learn.
And it's a good way to go when you're talking. When you start to, on the first month, I try to push people to talk, and they always need a word or something to tell, and they just can go and like, okay, oh, I wrote it, and it's related with this, so therefore, and if it's not related, if it's not there, they can add it. Like, oh, this is also related to this, so let me add this word here. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yes, because I actually wanted to say about how I was learning English. Well, how I had a teacher, and she used this very old English book written by Alexander, and she, at that time, I hated that. So I don't know, for everyone who doesn't know this book. So this book is like, there is a small story, there are comprehension questions, and there is grammar regarding something in the text, and so on. And she made us memorize all the texts, and I thought it was stupid. But then, after some time, I realized how much vocabulary it got me. How much I actually memorized. And until today, it's been 20 years ago, until today, I remember this from one of the texts. There was this two words, roaring success, and it's stuck in my head. And I have few of those, and I know it's terrible on one hand, and no one likes to do it. But it really might help, because you put the words in context.
It might. But so let me go to the next point. This was 20 years ago. So you were 5 years, let's say. No one needs to know. Therefore, when you are 5 years old, you have a lot of time to dedicate to study. Most of my students, and most of students that go for a language that is outside of the English, German, and the big languages that are used for business, and that are taught in the school, they are people that have a job, a life, sometimes kids, sometimes a lot of things going on, sometimes they run business, and I'm talking more like the students that I have. plus they want to learn a language. So they don't have 1 hour for a rowing success to memorize a full text. But that's another point that I want
Okay,
to talk
Lucidio,
about.
the text has like,
I know.
I don't know, 10 sentences.
I know.
But yeah, that's another thing.
The another thing is that instead of, like, I prefer that people do few every day than they try to do a lot once a week. And for
Yes.
me, like, in terms of vocabulary, you can choose 5 words per day, 5 verbs, 5 names, 5 whatever you want, whatever you don't know. Write them on a post-it, write it on something, take them with you while you're commuting to work, record them, an audio of them on your phone, and just listen to them. And if you use the time that you spend on the toilet instead of being on Instagram until you don't feel your legs become numb, you can just memorize those 5 words. And if you spend 5-10 minutes a day with those 5 words, within a week, within 5 days is 25 minutes, within a week is more than half an hour, and it does make a difference.
Yeah,
So
I always had this problem learning.
slow and steady.
Yeah, I always had this problem learning languages that I always felt like, oh, I have to, prepare. I have to have the place, the desk, the piece, the light, and my book, and then I can have the session of 1 hour to study.
You know what's that?
And it's the worst.
That's called procrastination. You find something to push over your work. That's what I do a lot of times.
I still do it. Yes, I know. But actually, what you have to do is the completely opposite of that. You have to take the notes you have for the notebook or book or whatever, and just spend on it 5 minutes a day.
Yes.
5 minutes a day can make miracles.
Yes.
The small steps. I know I don't know if we are repeating ourselves, but I just love. Actually, I have a book here, Kaizen. It's one of the best books ever. It's very small and short, and it talks about the small steps.
Yes.
And with the small steps, you can achieve the most.
Yes.
And the same with the language.
Yeah.
So yes, like if you have, for example, classes once a week, or you study yourself, and you follow some book probably, or I don't know, you prepare your own classes with different stuff.
Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Nowadays you can ask, like, I need
Yeah.
to memorize, I don't know, if it's 5 words a day, let's say 35 words a week. Can you get me a list of, that I can divide in 5 words, and you can choose the subject, and ChatGPT,
Yeah.
here you go.
Yeah, but the thing is also to not only learn vocabulary, no? It's
Yeah, I know,
everything around.
but in the
So-
beginning, in the first classes, that's the most overwhelming thing, is that you imagine for the student, like, it rarely happens, but I have people that come to me on the level -2, that they don't know a single word in Portuguese. And in the beginning, it's like,
It's called zero. It's called A1 because
the
then people come and they want this invented by marketing level A0, which doesn't exist.
and no, because I have people like, what's your
It's
level? It's
A1.
like,
If
0.
no one knows anything, it's A1. They start A1. That's it. There is no level A0.
Okay, so it's A1 without any background, without anything in
Yes.
the back. Because there are people like, it's A1, but they've traveled a lot, and they actually know quite a few words, and they know.
That was my problem. That I didn't have A1, but I knew a lot of words already.
Yeah.
I understood quite some Portuguese, but I still couldn't speak
Yes. So
or use level A1.
So you have, yes, let's move forward. Also,
Yes.
we have a life today. But another thing is that you have these words, and now you need to memorize these words. So last year, while I was on the terrible airport of London Stansted, I got a book. Oh, that one over here, Chris Broad, Abroad in Japan. And I read it, and I found out about this Roman room, which was a technique, and later I read more about it. It's a technique that he used to learn Japanese. For some competition that he had to memorize a full text to go and make a speech out of it, and so on and so on. And a Roman room consists on, you imagine that you are in a comfortable place, that you know. Close your eyes and you are in your, I don't know, bedroom, whatever. And from that, you start to see the images of the objects in your mind, like I have now, like a tiny coffee cup. And while I'm imagining that I hold it like I have it now in my hand, I just say the name of it. And in your brain, it helps you to connect the Portuguese word with the image much faster than the Portuguese word with the translation to your native language. To your native language. So this is one, but then I found out there are a lot of methods to memorize. I saw one, and now I cannot talk about it because I'm not pretty sure about it, but it regards cards, playing cards, like, making some connection between the playing cards and something, and then use the cards as to pull out those words from memory, and few other stuff that I found out. So what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of ways to memorize. Try to find the one that works for you.
Yeah.
I listen few TED Talks, and a lot of specialists, not me, talk about word-image connotation.
Well, because it's very strong for our brain.
And which is, for example, some people I had a student that she printed, like after the class, she looked for the images. This is a lot of work, first of all. And she printed a full A4 pages with tiny pictures of everything, and then she would make her list of words with the image and glue it in a notebook. Cool to find the words, because she would go through the images like, I want this, and immediately. And also, as far as I read, it's really good for our brain to make connection between image, word, and much easier to memorize.
Yeah.
So,
but also the thing is like, okay, this takes a lot of work.
Yes.
But then, some words are easier to remember, like casa, house. You already know it, so there is no point of making that. So maybe people can make it for the words they actually cannot remember for some reason, Like you have always this one word that just doesn't want to stick. And then you make extra step for it, extra work for that special word.
Yeah. So, or you can make small drawings. I like to do that. Put a word in a small drawing, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be something that I can identify with the word that I'm trying to memorize. So, yeah. We talked a lot about that. But just to rewind, don't care about the accent. Don't care about mistakes. Do it. They are good. Find your way to make your own dictionary. Find a way to memorize. So each person has a different way. I cannot tell, because people sometimes ask, how can I memorize words? I was like, it depends on you. Like, what's the worst? I have those students. That for me, they are the same as the people that eat like animals and they don't get fat. That we hate them. Is people that are in my classes, I'm telling and I'm drawing and I'm showing them how to do stuff. And I look at them, it's like, you understand? They're like, And they don't make a single note, and they memorize everything.
Bastards.
I know, those are the ones that looks like calories don't affect them. So, yeah.
No, but then in the end, they know everything.
In the end, you mean. They know everything, and they took 0 notes. So yeah. Also,
life's not fair.
Combine methods. And for example, student that starts and wants to have twice a week, in my ideal world, never happens. We have class is finished. Don't touch the stuff we made, because your brain already spent 1 hour with new stuff. Tomorrow, touch it and make the homework, make your list. In 2 days, we have class again. And then after, you make the same. So from 2 classes, you have 4 times contact, deeper contact with the language. Ideally, this is ideally, because I know that they just make the homework 10 minutes before the class, and then they forget, and it's normal.
But also, apparently it's very good to study, to repeat stuff before you go to sleep. So maybe for some people it would work to have their Portuguese notebook by the bed and just check, spend 5 minutes before bed.
Maybe, yeah. Another good thing is surround yourself by the language. Change your phone to English, to Portuguese.
I hate that. But that's the thing. I hate it. Some people love it.
Some people love it. And nowadays, if you think, well, our phones are made with logos and you're just clicking logos. It's not like, I don't know what to do with my phone. No, please. The Instagram, just because it's Instagram is called Instagram, but menu, just because it's written, I don't know, other stuff, you still look at the logo like, oh, this is camera. So surround yourself. But surround yourself means try to look for radio. You can very easily find Portuguese radio online. Very easily you can find Portuguese television online. Very easily you can go to Netflix, and if you change your account to Portuguese, you will have Pokemon with Portuguese language.
Yeah, just here on I don't know why, but on the phone you cannot that easily change languages.
You need to go
there
to
only
computer.
appear few, but on computer, yes, it appears all available.
Yeah. So so surround yourself. I was going to say read books, but books work both ways for me, because people sometimes they want to start so fast and they want to read immediately everything that they just they start to build up this frustration, because they look at all these words like, I'll never learn this, and they just get frustrated and do nothing from this. So yeah,
but also because you say surround yourself, but the thing is that I think that people are afraid that they will not understand everything.
you don't have
But
to.
in the beginning, it's not possible. I think it's not possible.
It's not possible. But if you start to understand the fact that there are few words, and when you start to listen something, sometimes it sounds like one big word, and then you are surrounded by the language like, oh, no, this is a few words, and I can see like this word, I just don't know what this word means, but I know what means the word surrounding that word. That's what I want. I don't want them to like, oh, I put radio, I got 0 out of it. But I rather prefer this than and then I because I have students that do this, and it's like, oh, I was listening to this song, it's like, I know that word. They have no idea what's going on, but there's one word, it's like, I know this word.
Yeah, that's cool.
To train the ear.
Yeah, the thing is that for basic level, unfortunately, you only have like kids cartoons, which are ridiculous.
Well, and actually, even I have a book in my mind at this moment. Not going to talk about it because I'm not here to make publicity about publishers and stuff. But the thing is, there's a book that has stories with kind of different levels. But the first story is already a A2, end of A1.
Yeah.
The A1 is just in the beginning of A2. It's not a real A1 like, I know nothing and I want to start from 0, from beginning. It's not that. So,
well, unfortunately, the good cartoon for A1 is Peppa Pig,
Peppa
which
Pig,
is
those-
really annoying.
those
But if you
basic
have
cartoons.
kids,
yes.
then you might be full of it. But yeah, actually, they use such a simple language, and they use all of those basic words. Oh, Peppa Pig wants to drink.
Yeah. Another good thing is to talk to yourself.
Oh yes,
So,
that's
like,
great one.
when you are going around the house and you're making dinner and you're taking, stuff, it's like, oh, this is called garfo, faca, this is colher, and so on, and
Or like,
prato.
I am making dinner.
And talk to yourself.
I am going to make potatoes.
It makes you feel a bit like autist, but it will have some kind of, result. You are going to be like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, the thing is that very hard for people is to start speaking, and the earlier they start speaking, the faster you will see the results.
Yes. That's
So
what I
even
do.
if you have to say those basic things like I want to drink, I am cooking, but say it out loud.
Yeah.
And then it will roll.
I usually I tell my students in the beginning that I love to talk, and I don't like to be spending on the same subject all the time.
Yeah.
So I push people to talk, and it's funny when we start the classes and they are talking about, I'm going to work, I'm going to the restaurant, and week after week there's like, I'm going to work by car, I'm going to the restaurant to the restaurant with my friends, I'm going to watch a movie about something, and then within 2-3 months, from such a basic sentence, that we are having a full conversation. And then when they learn the past, they are like, oh, I've done this, I watched this movie, what's this movie about? Oh, this movie is about this, and how they kind of unconsciously start to develop the way they speak is really cool. So, to resume, set achievable goals, which means that when you start to learn a language, you need to be honest, and you're not going to be fluent writing poems in a year. But set an achievable, like, okay, I start to have classes, and in 3 months, I'm going to Portugal. I want to order coffee. I want to order food in the restaurant. I want to ask someone on the street, like, hey, can you please take me a picture? Achievable stuff. Don't overshoot it. Be consistent. Okay?
I think that's the most important.
This is the most
actually.
important one, of course.
Like,
on everything you do in life.
yeah, but especially on language, like your brain just needs the repetition.
Yes.
So literally 1 minute a day of repeating 5 words is better than none.
Yes. And use everything you have around you. And this can be apps and some tools. I don't suggest the bird app. I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay, but I to be honest, I haven't found nice app to learn languages.
No, but
I don't think it
works. But if you go
works.
to our website, we have at least 2 apps, 2
It's
pages.
not really apps, it's pages to train.
To practice. One is to practice verbs and how
Yeah.
to conjugate them. And I really like them, and I haven't seen nothing
That's a
similar.
great one, yes.
And the second one is a game that you can actually open on your phone for vocabulary. And you can just learn new languages, you can identify new languages, you can listen Portuguese from Portugal
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
So, like, don't, like, okay, one last
Try
thing.
not to make it like in school,
No.
So like make it useful and fun and learn the words you want. Like, okay, literally learn the words you want in the beginning. The
But
swears, the funny words, learn, something that interests you.
Yes.
Don't start like we are always laughing that all of the language books start with countries and nationalities.
I never used that. When was the last time I'm talking about nationalities? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And they
And
make it as
it's
the,
nice and useful, but like
It's nice
even
and
if you
useful.
use the English word, like someone is German, someone is American, like even if you say it in English, someone will understand most of the time. So you don't really need it that much.
That's nice in a book, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if I would have a school that the group, like a physical school in Portugal, that the groups are completely international, and you have people from all over the world, that would be interesting to start the first class. And everyone's like, oh, I'm Portuguese, or I'm English, I'm French, I'm this. Okay, it might be
But in
interesting.
real life, it's
in
really
real
useless.
life, yeah, a bit. So,
So don't torture yourself with that.
yes, I was going to say something that I forgot. But one also good way to learn language is to travel. Just travel. Just go to Portugal, spend some time, try to go out from the touristic zones, and try to be in smaller areas where people are not so willingly to speak. Most of people speak English, but they are more like, oh, I'm a bit ashamed of this. So that is a good way to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And using the language as fast as possible, as much as possible.
yes,
I remember that gave me the biggest jump when we were in Portugal and I just talked everywhere, in every
Yes.
shop. And I don't know if you remember the first few times I went to the shop and I could have a full conversation with the lady. I was so excited about it.
yes. So that's that thing. That's it. I think.
That's it.
Yes, it is. That's how I feel. I can go for a nap. No?
Okay.
See you on the next episode.
See you. Bye.